Hello everyone, it's 1smash18 and welcome to my PC specs video, where I'm going to give you a rundown of what my PC has to offer. So, let's begin. Alright, so we're over here at Skytech Gaming, and the reason that we're here is that this is where I purchased my PC. So, the features I'm going to show you is all the way over at the custom PC builder, starting with the Mach 40 series, which is the highest settings for customizing your computer settings and getting to like the highest, and if you want the highest features available, this is your mark, no pun intended. So let's start building. Alright, starting with the CPU. So for the CPU, I chose the highest settings, which is the itel iCore 9 3900KS, starting at $699.99. Now for mine, it's at a value of $719.99. And I pretty much chose this for, you know, getting the highest possible, and the rest is pretty much the rest. It's gonna come down to getting the highest settings possible. So we move on to the next one. CPU contact frame removes contact between the CPU and cooler, lowering temperatures by approximately 10 degrees Celsius. So if you don't want your computer to get overheated, or it's just starting to overcome a lowering process over time, then I highly suggest that you select this. I wouldn't even know why you wouldn't. Now for my case, I have the Phantix Eclipse G500A Black at a value of $159.99. I chose this because I like the way it looks. I'm not much of a bright case kind of PC guy, so you know, honestly, your customization is on your own choice. Even though there is I'm just gonna give this like a quick example. Like, I assume the fractal design meshify is there instead of like the LED. I believe this is more for creators who do like designing content and all that stuff. But you know, I chose the black one because, you know, it looks nice, and also like the outside looks nice with all the LED stuff. So we're going to the next one, the coolers. The Thermaltake 420mm ARGB Sync all-in-one liquid cooler at a value of $139.99. I chose that as well. It's pretty much, you know, cools down your PC, make sure it doesn't get overheated, all that stuff. Now for the fan specifically, I chose the highest, which is the 6X. 6X meaning that there are 6 fans. Arctic P14 PWN 140mm ARGB case, fan black for $99.99. I believe for mine is also the same price as well. Okay. Yeah, so the more fans, then the more processing that you have around your computer, you know, to process efficiently without it having a majority of problems. But that really comes for everyone else. But for the motherboards, I have the Asus, or however you say, Asus ROG Maximus Z790 Hero Wi-Fi 6E D5. Now for mine, it costs $699.99, but this one is lowered down to $70 at $629.99, and it's the highest available at this point in time. I do know that a few months ago there was maybe like a higher version, maybe an equivalent version of this, but as on a different term, rather than like Hero or something else, costing at around $1,000. This was like around like during like the early summer, and these fans were on sale. So for those who purchased that from back then, kind of sad honestly, because I'd say like this is the more recommended motherboard in my opinion, and you know, so far, you know, I haven't had any problems, so we good. Now for memory, I'm gonna give you a rundown from the memory. So memory RAM, right? It really, when it comes down to it, it's that when you have a majority of tasks to do on a computer, right? Depending on the amount of RAM that you have, you can have a better process when it comes to doing those set tasks. Say that you have like 8 gigabytes, right? That would mostly be for a personal computer, a casual computer, everyday computer for the family. Now 16 RAM, you can use that for like the majority for like, you know, like office work, all that, in groups, just to, just to like get the job done, you know, one step at a time, persistently or proficiently, all that. So for the 32 gigabyte, that's mostly recommended for gaming PCs. Now for me, I chose the 64 gigabyte Keystone Furry Beast RGB DDR5 5600 MHz with two 32 gigabyte sticks at a value of $24,999. The same price that I have as well. So I chose this because it was the highest possible. It's the same thing goes for everything on the PC as possible. Pretty much, like, I have the highest settings that I wanted to have possible, because that's just how I am. Now for primary drive, I have two terabyte WD Blacks NS. I'm not even going to read all that. Believe me, I've read that before in my previous recordings. I ain't doing that shit again. Apologies for the profanity. Sorry, I'm just on a roll today. 2 terabytes for primary drive. Sorry, the mic is speaking. I'm just really hyped. 2 terabytes for $169.99. I believe for mine was at a value of $219.99, which is alright, because hey, I had everything prepared for the most part. So your primary drive is storage drive. Say that you have a 1 gigabyte file. You put it in your main drive, your C drive, D drive, whatever drive you have up in there. But yeah, 2 terabytes. That'll definitely that'll definitely get you to a lot of places when it comes to like having a game such as Call of Duty having like majority of like 500 gigabytes or something like that. And that won't surprise me for the majority of how much that game has in store. Now for secondary drive, 2 terabyte standard SSD for $129.99. Now I believe for mine is at a value of $109. So lucky me. All right, graphics are serious. Mine, I chose the G4 RTX 490 at a value of my value at $1649.99. Meanwhile, this one it was at a higher price. This is the standard price. The one that I had, it was on sale. It was on a summer sale, believe it or not. So I was lucky there. Pretty much, if you want to play like the latest games at the highest quality, such as the recently announced Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, this is definitely the one that you want to go for. And if you can't afford that, I suggest you go for something lower. I highly recommend going for the 4080 computer. Excuse me, 4080 RTX. But yeah, if you want the highest, you go for the highest. You go for that 490. All right, power supply. For my power supply, I have the Seasonic Vertex 1200 watt GX 1200 gold at a price of $299.99. Meanwhile, this one comes from a different company, the ATX. So the 1200 watt gold ATX 3.0 at a value of $200. Mine is I say it's higher and it's more efficient. Though if you want to do your research, you can compare the two if you want, just to see maybe if you want to get this. But yeah, it's only available at this point. Maybe there'll be something higher in the future, but you'll have to stay tuned and be on the lookout for that. Operating system, Windows 11 Pro 64-bit. Pretty much nothing to be said. It is higher than the standard version. So if you want to get your game on, then I highly suggest you just get that 64-bit. Building fee, this makes sense. Standard building fee with a 5 business day time build at $74.99. And the warranty is a 1 year. I chose the 1 year because it's not expensive, such as a 2 year or a 3 year. But honestly, that is your choice depending on how much you have stored. So yeah, and for that total over here is at a value of 4.4. Yeah, $4.4. And for mine, I have it at a price at 4.5k, which is still good for me. But if you can't afford this, do not worry. All you gotta do is save. You have to like save, and you have to be determined. Believe me, it was definitely not easy for me to have a PC such as this. But also, don't forget about tax. For my taxes, around like 280 at most, and for the total, it came out at $4,800. Yeah, pretty crazy. But if you want the highest, then you have to get to the highest. You have to work hard. You have to work hard before you game hard, bro. And yeah, that pretty much does it for my quick rundown. Yeah, trying to make it as short as possible. I feel like I did a pretty good job. But yeah, like I said, you save up, be determined, save up, and then get your game on. So yeah, I'll see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, and remember, happy smashing!